Hi, welcome to Math Esteem Moments with Ituno. Build your math esteem confidence one problem at a time. Math esteem is self-esteem.
Introduction to algebra. Now, when students hear algebra, they get confused. They just panic because they know they have to do with alphabets. They have to do with plenty of unknowns that you have to find X, you have to find Y, and all. But one thing about algebra is once you know the basics, you do not have a problem with it. So just understand the basics, do not panic, do not fret, because it's actually one of my favorite part of mathematics. So now let's come to algebra. What is algebra? Algebra is a branch of mathematics that deals with known and the unknown. Now, when you hear the known in algebra, it has to do with numbers, and these numbers are constant. When you see a number in a question that has to do with algebra, just know that it will not change. Nothing happens to that number. So the numbers are constant. That's why you hear it as constant. But when you see unknown, unknowns are variables. They change. They change a lot. Okay. So use alphabets and symbols to represent the unknowns. Now, the alphabets that I usually use, that I like to use, are the X and Y most times. And if I want to play around it more, I can use the M and the N to represent this of the unknowns. Now, one thing about unknowns is that, like I said, you can use the alphabet. Now, the alphabet, one has to be very careful when representing an alphabet with the unknown. So, because, for example, let's say you use the A. Now, most times, some students write their 9 and their A. They are like, okay, so when they see it, probably they copy it on the board, they copy the correct thing, and when they get back home to study, they realize that, okay, they get confused. This 9, is this A, and all that. And when they try to do it, they see that the math is not mathing, and they panic. So as much as I can, I avoid using the A or some letters that can be represented or misinterpreted as numbers. So another thing, we can use symbols. We can use the beta, we can use the theta, we can use the alpha to represent the unknown as well. You must also know that the unknowns are what we use to represent a number that we do not know. For example, when they ask us to look for a particular number, we don't know the number, they didn't give us the number in the question, just know that we use the variables, that's the alphabet and the symbols, to represent that number that we do not know. Then we look for a way to solve it using whatever operation that we need to solve the unknown. That is it. So the unknowns are what we look out for. We try to solve in algebra. So here we have some examples after we talked about how we use the alphabet or symbols to represent the unknown when we are looking for a particular number. Now, for example, look at it. Find the value of each letter mentally. Now, this mentally, we are not solving, like, we are not doing a lot of solving. Yes, we haven't gotten to that. So we're taking it step by step. So it's a mental one, mentally, that will make the following sentences true. Now, number one, because 3 plus 6 is equal to x. It's an equation. So 3 plus 6 is equal to x. So what do you think x will be? What is 3 plus 6? We know it's 9, right? So that means 3 plus 6 is equal to 9. Therefore, x is equal to 9. That's what it means. Now, when you come here, you have q is equal to 35 divided by 5. So what is 35 divided by 5? That means q is equal to 35 divided by 5, 7. All right, so number 3, you have x plus 5 is equal to 9. What will you add to 4 that will give you 9? What is that number? We know that it's 5, isn't it? That means x, that's 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. That means our x is equal to 5, right? Now let's come to the next number. We have m minus 7 is equal to 10. So what number that when you take away 7 from will give you 10? What is that number? That when you take away 7 from it, we give you 10. Remember, it's mentally. We've not started solving simple equations yet. We'll still get to that. But let's do it mentally. All right. So what is number? So that is 17. So if you take away 17, take away 7 gives you 10. Therefore, our m is equal to 17. So we said x times y. Sorry, I didn't complete this question. So 8 times y is equal to 24. What is that number that when you multiply it by 8, it will give you 24? What is the number? Your table 8, yes. So that means it's 8 times 3. gives us 24. That means our y is equals to 3. That is it. Then the next one, 20 divided by x is equal to 5. So that means 20 divided by 4 gives us 5. Therefore, our x is equal to 4. Do you see that in all these examples, our unknowns, x here, number 1, q here, these are the unknowns, and it's m. We use it to represent. We use m, sometimes we use x, sometimes we use y, sometimes we use q to represent them. We had to make sure we find the numbers, the values of those variables.
Every math problem is solved with your confidence. Keep learning, keep shining. See you in the next math testing moments with Itsuno.